If you're planning to migrate to Australia or are curious about job restrictions under the Core Skills Occupation List, you're in the right place. Understanding these restrictions is crucial for anyone looking to secure a visa and work in Australia. In this video, we'll break down what restricted jobs on the CSOL mean, how they impact your visa eligibility, and what alternative pathways you can explore to increase your chances of approval. Many applicants find themselves asking, why is my job restricted? Or what can I do if my occupation is on the restricted list? If you've ever had these questions, don't worry, we've got you covered. We'll explain the reasoning behind these restrictions, how they vary across different visa categories, and what steps you can take to improve your prospects. Whether you need to explore other visa subclasses, acquire additional qualifications, or consider alternative occupations, we'll provide practical advice to help you navigate the process. Make sure to watch until the end to gain valuable insights and tips on overcoming CSOL job restrictions. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others who might benefit. What is the Core Skills Occupation List? The CSOL is a list of occupations that Australia considers important for skilled migration. This list is crucial for individuals applying for visas like Subclass 190, State-Nominated Visa, or Subclass 491, Regional Skilled Visa. But here's the catch. While some occupations are open for skilled migration, others are restricted due to factors like job market saturation, local workforce availability, and economic needs. Now you might ask, how do I know if my job is restricted? Let's find out. Understanding restricted occupations. A restricted job on the CSOL means that either it is available only in specific states or territories. Some jobs are restricted to certain regions because demand varies across Australia. For example, primary school teachers might be in demand in rural areas but not in cities. It requires employer sponsorship. Some occupations are available only if an Australian employer is willing to sponsor you under a visa like the Subclass 482, Temporary Skill Shortage Visa. It is subject to quotas. Certain occupations have a cap on the number of invitations issued each year. It has additional licensing or registration requirements. Some professions require extra certifications that are difficult to obtain as an overseas applicant. Let's now explore some of the restricted occupations and why they are limited. List of restricted jobs on the CSOL. While the CSOL is updated regularly, some occupations often face restrictions due to high competition or changing industry needs. Here are a few examples. 1. Marketing specialist. This occupation is often restricted due to high local competition, as many Australian graduates enter marketing, reducing the need for overseas professionals. 2. General accountant. While accountants are needed, only those with specialized skills like taxation and auditing may qualify without restrictions. 3. Primary and secondary school teachers. Due to an oversupply of teachers in metropolitan areas, only rural or remote areas actively seek skilled migrant teachers. 4. HR professionals. Human resource roles are commonly filled by Australian citizens or permanent residents, making migration opportunities limited. 5. Journalists and writers. Media roles are often closed to skilled migration, as Australia prioritizes local talent. Now that we understand which jobs are restricted, let's talk about why these jobs have restrictions. Why are some jobs restricted? Australia's government carefully manages immigration to balance job opportunities for both local workers and skilled migrants. Here are some reasons why certain jobs are restricted. 1. Oversupply of local professionals. If there are already too many Australian graduates in a field, the government limits skilled migration for that job. 2. Economic changes. If an industry is declining, Australia may stop inviting migrants for related roles. 3. State and regional needs. Some jobs are needed in specific regions, but not nationwide. For example, health professionals may be required in rural areas, but not in major cities. 4. Employment conditions. Some industries prefer hiring locally trained professionals who understand Australian laws, policies, or business practices. So, what can you do if your job is on the restricted list? Don't worry, because we have some solutions for you. What to do if your occupation is restricted? If your job is restricted on the CSOL, you still have options, and here's how you can navigate the situation. You can consider state or regional sponsorship, as some occupations are restricted nationally but available under state sponsorship programs. Check the skilled occupation lists of different Australian states. Also, you can apply for an employer-sponsored visa if your occupation requires employer sponsorship, as you can start networking, applying for jobs, and securing a sponsorship. If your job is on the restricted list, but a specialized version of it is not, consider additional certifications or training. For example, if you're an accountant, gaining expertise in taxation could improve your chances. Look at alternative occupations, as some jobs have overlapping skills. For example, if you're a marketing specialist, consider applying under advertising or public relations roles. You can move to regional Australia if your job is restricted in cities but needed in regional areas, since you can apply for a subclass 491 visa, which can improve your chances. Finally, stay updated on the occupation lists, as the CSOL is updated regularly and changes can happen. Keep checking the official Australian immigration website for updates. Common mistakes to avoid. When applying for skilled migration, many people make avoidable mistakes, and here are some key things to watch out for. 1. Not checking state-specific lists. Just because a job is restricted nationwide doesn't mean it's restricted in every state. 2. Ignoring alternative visa options. Many migrants focus only on the general skilled migration program, but forget about employer-sponsored or regional visas. 3. Waiting too long to apply. If your job is currently open but is at risk of being restricted, apply as soon as possible before the rules change. 4. Not meeting licensing requirements. Some jobs, like engineers or healthcare professionals, require registration before you can work in Australia. Check what's needed before applying. Final thoughts and advice. Having your job on the restricted list might feel discouraging, but don't let it stop you from pursuing your dream of moving to Australia. Immigration policies change over time, and there are always alternative pathways to explore. By staying informed, researching your options, and planning strategically, you can find a way to make your Australian migration goals a reality. Some professions that are currently restricted may become eligible again in the future, while others may have alternative visa options, such as employer sponsorship, regional opportunities, or skills assessments that could still make you eligible. It's important to keep checking for updates, seek professional advice if needed, and stay proactive in your journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates about Australian migration. We regularly share insights, tips, and policy changes to help you navigate your migration journey with confidence. Have any questions or need clarification? Drop them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer as many as possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.